Hi, everyone. Welcome to another week of Climate Transform Summary. I'm actually calling in from California this time, so it's a little warmer, even though I'm wearing a sweater. Paul, where are you at?
I'm in Chicago and it's not warmer, and I'm still wearing a sweater because we're getting into this. McKenna, have I ever told you that you should? I have a simple rule about where people should live. That you should never live anywhere that if you go outside and forget your coat, you'll die. When we are moving into these 6 months of the year where Chicago is that.
6 months of the year. That's a lot
Five, yeah, probably five. I'm probably being a smidge harsh, but it's yeah, I'm not. You've got California blood. I got Australian blood. I'm not used to this. I'll never get.
I know.
Never will get used to this.
Me either. I can't live anywhere cold. But Paul, do you mind walking us through what happened this week? I know we had something on Tuesday and we have one tomorrow.
Yeah. So I like geeking out, as you know. I like geeking out on this sort of on a lot of the tech topics that we do, and we had Brian from Terrestrial Energy, which is a Canadian-based small-scale nuclear business, I should say. And when I say small scale, it's producing industrial size, effectively single-use nuclear facilities. Around less than 1,000 megawatts, which still is an enormous facility in the context of the amount of energy that produces. But we talked a lot about his molten. They use a molten salt approach, which I will leave everyone to go and have a look at the technicals around that, because I'm not even going to try to explain that in 30 seconds. But very, very, very cool company, and goes to the point of look, the transition from nuclear energy being this pariah post Fukushima to what is seen today as the true low carbon solution, or zero carbon solution to energy. And Cannon produced it was one of the best presentations that we've had at Climate Transform. I think he did a fabulous job. Certainly worth taking a look at that at its entirety, because it goes through so many different nuances around just in terms of the cost per kilowatt hour you take for natural gas, or for renewables, or for nuclear energy in all its forms. And the presentation is outstanding. So if you only have the 20 minutes, just look at the presentation. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, and I love how he did compare it to all the other, energy options we have, and then just really touching on the kind of misconceptions of nuclear that still creep up on all of us. So he did awesome.
And what was it? Sorry to interrupt. What was his thing that the amount that the amount of energy they can produce in this reactor? Sorry, the uranium they actually produce in this reactor over 100 years can fit in the back of a FedEx truck.
Yes, or for like 40 years or something.
The life cycle of the reactor, which is roughly 50 years, can fit into the back of a FedEx truck, which is it's remarkable, right? And that's obviously talks about the energy potential of the intensity of uranium as a fuel source. So it was incredible. It was very cool. And then tomorrow I've got Meena Ha from Romotion talking about black mass. Black mass is effectively the recycled product that comes out of batteries, predominantly around all of the battery supply chain, and talking about trends in black mass and the like, which again is essential. Very topical for me, because I've just finished our agenda for our mobility conference in February, which will feature a lot of work on battery recycling and the battery supply chain. And for those who don't know Romotion, they are the one of the leading consultancies in regards to the battery supply chain. They do fabulous work, and Meena is top of the tree.
Yeah, I'm really excited to hear about that, because black mass has been more of a conversation we, have yet to cover it. So that'll be exciting. And then next Tuesday, the 29th, we have Abe he's the co-founder and managing partner of Congruent Ventures. And they, focus on mobility, urbanization, energy transition, food and ag, and then just sustainable production and consumption overall. Everything. And they have 48 companies in their portfolio, and they'll just really be diving into, what what is going on in the whole scene and how to reboot that whole climate.
And it's all, and that's sorry, just to be clear, that's venture stage.
Yeah,
venture stage.
And then on Wednesday we have Pachama, they're coming to talk about some of their Pachama originals that just came out. So it's their own portfolio of tech-enabled reforestation and forest conservation projects. They just released it, and Josh, one of their VPs, will be going over this and what the implications are for the rest of the space. And just their company as in general uses satellite imagery to measure the carbon stored in our forests. And they have one of the best metrics for precision and all that to look over time too. So that'll be exciting to see how that works and what the originals look like. And then finally on Thursday, we have Aquaterra Energy and their green hydrogen from floating offshore wind. So it's kind of like two really new things coming together.
What is it with us in floating offshore wind? This is the second one that Caroline's done on this exact topic, which is pretty remarkable. It's a very, very cool subject matter. And ironically, that was one of the conversations. Go back to Canon and terrestrial energy. Producing green hydrogen using a nuclear industrial process is the ultimate way to produce green hydrogen, because as you know, I'm a deep skeptic about hydrogen being green, because it's only green if you actually use completely renewable energy to make it green, right? Because it's the electricity that goes into the electrolysis process that generates hydrogen. If that's done with fossil fuels, then it can't be considered green. So something like floating wind makes loads of sense as effectively the fuel for the production of green hydrogen. So and then the week after that we've got our Climate 2023. So everyone, 2 days, 24 panels, 25 panels, something like that, on everything you want to know from an investment standpoint about the climate investment narrative. We will discuss that on the Climate 2023, 6th and 7th of December, agenda on Climate Transform, registration on climatetransform.com. McKenna, what are we missing?
That's it. Go and register and email us if you have any questions.
Perfect. Everyone, happy Thanksgiving for those who celebrate it, and happy Thanksgiving for those who don't. McKenna, have a lovely time with your family, and we'll chat to you soon.
Sounds good. Bye, Paul.
Bye, everyone.